Back in the late 1970s and early 80s, there was a Massachusetts Democrat in Congress named Tip O'Neill. And he was famous for saying, all politics is local. And what he meant at the time was that his success was directly tied to his ability to understand and influence the issues of his voters at home. But these days, with the instant worldwide communication of issues and opinions about them, even the most localized subject matter becomes a point of global information. So nowadays, local is global, and global is local.
That's why we're involved in progressive campaigns across the country. We've seen how the votes of representatives from states far from New York impact our daily lives here in Harlem. A healthcare system threatened with extinction. A tax cut that benefits the wealthiest at the expense of the working class. Approval of unqualified cabinet members that make a mockery of our nation's commitment to justice for all.
Everybody's heard about the hope of a blue wave coming in November. It's our chance to elect progressive candidates in areas that have been considered a lock by the GOP. But we've already seen impossible dreams realized in special elections in Alabama and Virginia, Pennsylvania, and even in Missouri. Some elections were won by fewer than 100 votes. And if there was ever a year where every vote in every election counts, it's 2018.
That's why Katie and I are supporting key races outside of New York. The outcomes of those races have a direct impact on us. Imagine if we had a Congress and Senate who could take progressive action, who believe as a body that Black Lives Matter, that poverty isn't a choice to be punished, that we, the people, embraces all of us.
One of these races is in the 4th District of the state of Iowa. J.D. Scholten is a young man with deep family farm roots, and he's running his progressive platform against Steve King, who is one of the most notoriously racist congressmen on the Hill. The NRA and the KKK love King. And when J.D. announced his candidacy last year, the GOP laughed that anyone would take on such a deeply entrenched, well-funded fixture like Steve King. But they're not laughing anymore, because J.D. is outdoing King in grassroots donations, crowd turnout, and other important measurements of support inside and outside Iowa.
We want you to meet J.D. face-to-face at our home on Thursday, June 28th. Come listen to what he has to say about the future he envisions for Iowa and for all Americans. We're drumming up support so that the blue wave will be felt in Iowa all the way from 117th Street.
We hope you'll join us.
My family raised me on Iowa values, where we look out for each other. All my life, I've been surrounded by people who put others first. My grandfather sold seed and feed to local farmers. My father coached college baseball to generations of young men. And my mother spent her career in public health, helping other mothers and their families. I remember when I moved in with Grandma Fern after her surgery. She still had breakfast on the table at 4:30 in the morning, ahead of my 5 a.m. shifts. I'd gone home thinking that I was going to take care of her, but I couldn't stop her from taking care of me. My name is J.D. Scholten, and I'm running for Congress in Iowa's 4th District. I'm running because I was raised to believe that hard work, integrity, family, and community above self are the values that we should aspire to. Those are my values as a Democrat, and Iowa's 4th needs a voice that cares more about building the district's future than it does about dividing us apart.
And now he's taking it even further, talking about the time when whites will become the minority in the U.S.
I will predict the Hispanics and the blacks will be fighting each other before that happens.
King, ever defiant, tweeting, "Make Western civilization great again."
This old white people business, though, does history and figure out where are these contributions that have been made by these other categories of people that you're talking about. Where did any other subgroup of people contribute more to civilization?
Steve King doesn't represent the Iowa that I know, where we work together to solve our problems and not sow division, and where we fought to keep this country united, not for symbols that keep us apart. Whoever you are and wherever you live, I want you to work with me for every Iowan, regardless of their background or party. We can invest in stronger communities and improve our rural economy and build a healthcare system based on what people need and not just what sounds good in a soundbite. Those are the Iowa values that I was raised on, and those are the Iowa values I will fight for.